Hi, everyone. My name is Ravi Maharaj, and I'm from New Jersey in the United States. And I'm a proud member of the Program Planning Committee. If you're watching this video, congratulations. That means you've been selected to present at our first ever virtual Mint Forum. I've put together this short video to talk about the virtual platforms we'll be using for our Mint Forum, to review some of your facilitator options to making sure that your workshop is the best that it could be, to talk about how the PPC will be offering support for your workshop, and we're going to review best practices to ensure that you have a great experience and members of Mint also have a great experience during your workshop. So I think it's important to differentiate between the virtual platforms that you might have been hearing and how that's going to work for your workshop. So Attendify is essentially our meeting point. It's a place where we register for the forum, and I like to think of it like the hotel when we're staying at an in-person forum, whether that be Montreal or New Orleans or Estonia. The hotel brings everyone together. In between workshops, people meet in the hotel. They look at the schedule, they're greeted by volunteers, and they're looking at the schedule. So think about Attendify as a place where people can chat, they can post photos, and they can look for the schedule for the day of the workshop. Now, when they're ready to enter a workshop, just like at any forum, we go into a room. This time we're going to be going into a Zoom room. And what the Zoom room does is it offers a place where you as a facilitator have the audience. That is your room to present and to offer your information. Now, what we've done is we've set up a Zoom room volunteer that I'm going to be getting to in a couple of slides, and they will assist you. They'll be that main tech support to assist you during your workshop. Now, some of you might be using PowerPoint or Keynote. I'm using Prezi Video. Whatever you're going to be using for your workshop, just know that you will be able to have someone to assist you, to support you when you are presenting. If you're not going to be using any type of presentation and you're just going to be having a conversation or talking without any slides, it'll work just like a regular Zoom call. You're going to be on gallery view and people can look at you, and whoever's speaking will be on the main camera. So whatever you decide, we are going to help support you for your workshop. Now, we learned from the annual members meeting, from the conversation cafes and the committee meetings, that we need a volunteer in each room. So we've put out a call out for volunteers, and we're going to have a Zoom room volunteer for each workshop. And our goal is to make sure that you are on your workshop virtually and everything on the tech side is taken care of. The Zoom room volunteer is going to help you to monitor time. They will look at the chat box in the Zoom during the workshop. So they'll be able to say, to give you a heads up if you need to slow down, if you need to come back to a slide because someone's asking a question. You can communicate with your Zoom room volunteer, and once you're assigned to them, we're going to introduce you via email so you can kind of talk about what's the best way that they can support you. Now you have the option of either sharing your screen on your own. You will be a co-host. So you can take your presentation and you can advance the slides, or you can have the Zoom room volunteer do that for you. You could be presenting and engaged with the audience, and you can say, next slide, please. Whatever you prefer is how we'd like it to happen. Nothing is set in stone. And if there are ways that we can better support you for your workshop in January, please let us know. We're also going to have the option of breakout rooms with Zoom. So if you have 150 people in your workshop and you say, I'd like to have breakout rooms of 5 people each, the Zoom room volunteer will handle everything. They will click the buttons. They will, as long as they know, if you can give us a heads up in advance at the 15-minute mark or at the 30-minute mark, I'm going to be asking to go into a breakout room, and it'll be for 3 minutes, it'll be for 5 minutes, whatever it is, the Zoom room volunteer will be your point of contact. They will let you in 10 to 15 minutes before any other audience members in with your co-facilitators, and they will be your support. Now, we've also experienced that some members were having difficulty getting into the Zoom rooms, whatever that reason is. So we don't want them contacting you. We want you to just focus on your presentation. We are going to set up a space where if someone cannot get onto Attendify or cannot get into one of the Zoom rooms, they will contact a gatekeeper volunteer. We'll have all that organized for the members in advance and the audience so that they know if they can't get in, if they're having a difficult time, if they're not sure about the schedule, the gatekeeper volunteer will direct them. Once they are in the room, your Zoom room volunteer is going to be the person to be the contact for your workshop. So we've really set up one volunteer for your workshop specifically, and there'll be one person outside. Now, both of those volunteers are going to be connecting directly with the program planning committee. We will be at the forum command center, and we will be communicating with the Zoom room volunteer as well as with the gatekeeper volunteer. So as a presenter, just know if there's any hiccups, we don't want them to be, but if there's any issues you might have, whatever they are, you're going to be assigned to your Zoom room volunteer. So that you don't have to worry about, do I need to text Orla? Can I email Ravi? Where's Frederick? All those things will come into play because we are giving you a person to connect with regardless of the time, regardless of when your workshop is, that will be your point of contact. So best practices, we'd like to just make sure that you are testing your microphone, you're testing your camera, you're testing your internet speed in advance. We can do that with you if you'd like to do a quick test run, but we really want you to make sure that everything is done in advance. You want to check your lighting, you want to check your background. For this Prezi video, I'm using a camera that I can move around. So I didn't want my kitchen, I didn't want my living room. My dog is over there somewhere. I didn't want any of that in this presentation. But I did this on purpose so that I can show you. I planned this in advance. This is the best lighting that I have in my place. I was in my basement. Although there's a clear background, it isn't the best lighting. So really think about that. Make sure that the sound, whether you're using a microphone or whether you're using a microphone on your detachable camera or your laptop or desktop, that stuff should just be tested in advance to make sure that everything is working, everything is in optimum speed and optimum, we know that it is functioning. We also would like, we're going to set up a Dropbox. If you can give us any content in advance, any agenda, that would be very helpful for the PPC so that we can then have it just as a backup. Whether that means that you are using your share screen and you're showing videos or you're showing your content or you're asking the Zoom room volunteer to do it, it's always good to have as a backup so we have everything. Even if it's a last minute, you're working on your slides the night before or the morning of. So that's a very brief overview. If you have any questions, if you have any requests, if there's any ways that we could make your workshop easier for you to present, our goal is for you to wake up that morning, feel confident and be ready to go. And we will do our best to support you with volunteers, with the PPC, to ensure that you are having a great experience presenting at the first ever virtual Mint Forum. So we want to thank you. This is really, really a great space for everybody, for everyone to come together. We are so grateful that you're going to be presenting. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the PPC. And if there's anything we didn't cover, please reach out if you have any needs, if there's something that you weren't sure of. If you are presenting and you're pre-recording, we will contact you and we will ensure that that video will be played on our end. So again, You don't have to worry. If there's anything you're thinking about or worrying about, let us know, and it's our job to alleviate that and provide the information to make it a great experience for you. So thank you again. Take care and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.